Next, we're going to talk about disasters in your area. One thing I found that, especially in the preparedness and survival community, they want to prepare for everything, all types of disasters. One thing that I mentioned the most is we want to prepare locally where we are. What things in our area affect us the most? But I'm going to talk about a few things or a few disasters that can affect us. The bullseye. I use the bullseye a lot because it gives a good description of how our mindset should be thinking and when we're processing information. So we have international threats, of course, right? That's terrorism, that's political warfare. Those things affect us, but very minimum. Then we have our domestic. What's happening here on our homeland? What's happening in the United States nationally? That affects us to a good degree, right? But again, we don't want to waste our mindset and resources on those stuff too much. What is our state doing? You know, every state has their different laws. Every state has their different resources. What type of plans and strategies do our state have? What affects us the most is our county and where we are locally. What is our county doing? Do we know the sheriff's department? Do we know the school board? Do we know the firemen? You know, what is happening in our local community that we can strategize and say, hey, we have a bridge over there that may flood, something may happen over there, or we have tornadoes here the most, right? Because we all live in different locations. We all live in different areas. So whatever disaster or situation that may affect you the most, work on that in your local area. A big thing, blackouts, EMPs. This is high on the list of people's priorities, which it should be. Most times when we have a thunderstorm or we have a hurricane, of course, the power is going to go out. We all know this. So that's something locally that we can control, we can prepare for, get our families and friends ready for. We can control that environment when the lights go out. We can have the necessary resources and we can have the knowledge to control that. Of course, with Hurricane Helene that came through with Asheville, that was a major power outage, right? Even after that, we had the Florida hurricane that came through. Florida had major power outages. We know they're going to continue to happen. So if you're looking at your hometown, what is going to continually happen? That's what we prepare for. Terrorism. This could affect us internationally. This could affect us at our state level, or it could affect us locally. We have to decide where this lies on our priority list to prepare for, right? There's really no way to prepare for terrorism if we really think about it. This is something that's out of our control. And a lot of people, when I see them prepare for these types of things, I'm like, that's a little bit out of your range. You cannot control what happens during a terrorist threat or attack. Pandemics, we just went through this with COVID-19, right? Pandemics is something that we can potentially prepare for. We can have the necessary supplies. We can get all the information about how to cure different colds and diseases, especially, a class that we took yesterday on different types of medicines and cures. We know that locally we can change some of the dynamics and some of the capabilities of how we react to a pandemic. But we can only be prepared as much as possible with what's going to happen. Of course, there's going to be political changes. There's going to be state changes. There's going to be counter effects that may interrupt the way you would want to prepare in this type of scenario. But we can try. Cyber attacks, of course, data breaches. This is happening 24/7. Cyber attacks are happening every day. They're attacking our phone system. They're attacking our infrastructure. They're attacking our banks. They're attacking our satellites. This is the new way of life now. So when we hear there's a data breach, it's really not nothing new until it affects our major infrastructure, our power grid, how we get utilities to people, our water system. They start hacking these things, right? But again, no matter what the cyber attack, no matter what the data breach, this is why we are here learning the skills needed to not survive on power.